2 views of video, so I don't know. I don't know if anybody's even watching this shit, but whatever. I'm just doing it for me, you know?
It's whatever, man. Let's see. Um, where I last left
Off, you know, this
guy had snuck in,
some Suboxone into the jail.
right? This guy who sleeps 2 beds.
Beds over for me, snuck into some Suboxone to the jail. And Suboxone is a semi-opioid, and it will take the withdrawals away. And that's usually what people use it for. People use it as like a replacement therapy instead of being on heroin. They'll get a doctor to prescribe them Suboxone, and it'll keep them from withdrawing, but it'll also keep them from getting high off heroin at the same time. You know, because if you try to do heroin while you're on Suboxone, you won't feel it.
But
You know, at this point, for me, it it would be
some relief because it would take away the withdrawals.
you know, and that's all I wanted. I was freaking sick out of my mind. Normally on the street, I wouldn't like Suboxone because you have to wait until you're like at this point in order to take it. And nobody wants to be at this point.
But since I was already at
This
this,
point, you know, I was like, shit, you know, I want to get well. So, you know, like I said, you know, the guy goes to the day room, and I try to take the Suboxone out of his bag, right?
I reached into his bag.
Turn to the right, look out the window, the cell window, and it's like a big ass cell window. Just picture a big ass window in the cell. Boom. He's looking at me. He fucking sees me. He sees me. He makes eye contact with me. Right? So I make eye contact with him. I don't remember what exactly I did. I tried to play it off somehow. I did a pretty shit job. And I tried to play it off. I tried to kind of walk slowly. And he slowly starts walking toward me, toward the cell. Right?
He slowly starts walking.
Toward me. He walks inside the cell. Kind of casual, you know. He didn't come in like super aggressive, but he came in quick enough to where I knew that he saw. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like run after me, but he came in kind of slick, you know. And he knows that I saw him, you know. And so straight up, before he can even say anything, I go up to him. You know, right as he walks in the cell, I look him in the eye and say, "Dude, I'm fucking sorry, dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna try to bullshit you. I'm not gonna try to play games with you, man. I was trying to take your Suboxone, dude. Straight up. My hand was in your bag. I was trying to take your Suboxone. Straight the fuck up." He's like, "I know. I fucking saw you, bro. I fucking saw you, man." And you know, I can tell he's pissed off. He's like,
I saw you, dumbass. Yeah.
I said, "Look, bro, I'm sick
As fuck. I was trying to do that.
You can fucking punch me, dude. Straight. I put my hands behind my back, and then I told him, hey, dude, you can fucking punch me, dude."
You know, what I did was fucking trash. He said, dude, I'm not gonna fucking
Punch you.
He's like, I know how sick you
Oh, man.
are. Let it slide.
Don't ever fucking touch any of my shit again. Just don't even talk to me. Don't fuck with me. Don't look at me. And I'll let you make it, dude. Just get the fuck away from me. Don't ever do some shit like that again. And June was in the room. June's hearing this, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, Weddle. I didn't even know. You know, he was doing that shit. You know." He's like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna tell." June was like, "Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If it happens again, it's gonna be a problem, dude. If it happens anything, you hear anything like that again, dude. Whether anybody's back, it's gonna be a fucking problem, bro." So it was just at that point, it was that issue was kind of contained within the cell, within us three, you know, between me, Weddle, and June. That's where this issue was at this point, right? It ended up spreading out a little bit later, but at this point, it's contained within there, you know. I'm feeling like a fucking idiot. I don't remember what I do. I think I went back out to the day room just to like, try to watch TV and get my mind off it, but I felt like a fucking idiot. Um, I stayed out for a little while in the day room, and it's time to rack up. Right? It's
Trying to rack up.
So I want to say it's like
I
I
don't
don't know exactly, but this time 10 o'clock or so we rack up, and so it's like
T minus 36 hours from when
I turn myself in. Right?
um
While we're backed in the cell, all 8 of us, um,
I can't remember if, if there was like two. I think
there was like 2 incidents. Okay, no, there's just one incident. Okay, so
um I fucking like
run to the toilet to try to throw up, and I like miss a little bit, and someone's like in my hand, and like it gets like on the floor and shit, and they get all fucking pissed off, because I fucking threw up on the floor a little bit and on the toilet, but I clean it up right away, but they're kind of pissed about it, and I'm keeping them up all night, right? Keep them up all night. I don't sleep at all. Keep them up all night, and we're into the next day. I get onto the day room. Yeah, I watch TV. That's the only thing that's keeping me sane right now. The withdrawals are starting to get real bad. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Okay. The withdrawals are starting to get real, real bad. Um, and I noticed we're giving meds. We're giving meds. They're not real good meds, but we're giving some meds. But I've noticed this one guy, he gets meds like at a different time. And I see that it's a red liquid. So, you know, I'm just like, I just can't, I just don't want to accept the fact that I have to break. So I'm trying to steal Suboxone. I'm trying to finagle anything I can. There's this one guy I ran into who he said he had a stash, but that stash that he had was already gone. So I was trying to buy the stash from him, trying to talk to him, get my parents to put money on his books, but he had already used it up. So I just, when it's time to break, you don't want to break. Your brain will try to figure out anything, to postpone it for one more day or whatever, Even if you've been sick for like 2 days, you wanna come out of that sickness any way you can, even if you have to start all over again. You just wanna, you're feeling a certain way, and you just wanna end that as soon as possible, regardless of the consequences. And so I noticed this guy was taking his medicine, and his hand was like permanently curled into a fist. He said that was from shooting like really cut dope. I was like, well, I never got dope that bad. I was like, shit, dude, man. He's like, yeah, they put dirt in it and stuff. I was like, I don't know where you're going, but they don't put dirt in my dope. I've never had any issues like that. But his hand was all fucking permanently curled up and closed, dude, and he couldn't open it, man. And he said it was from shooting dope. I don't know. But he was getting a dose of methadone every day, man. He was getting a dose of methadone every day. And keep in mind, I'm already 36 hours plus sober. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already been dope sick for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Not much less being off dope 24 hours. I'd already been sick for 24 hours. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, dude, you get methadone? He's like, yeah, bro. I got methadone in the world, and what's it called? When I turn myself in, I don't remember if you turn yourself in or what, but my people in the free world paid for my doses,
and they pay a little extra.
they paid like a little $10 fee for them to come deliver it to the Bay County jail. I was like, nice, man, nice. I was like, all right, well, shit, dude, check it out, bro. Give me your next dose. I'll give you like fucking $30. He was like,
I was like, all right, I'll think.
think about it, man. I'll think about it, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. If I could do it, I'll do it, man. We'll do that. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And keep in mind, I've been sober for a long time. I was like, what is your next dose? He's like,
Next one is not.
my next one's gonna be 90 milligrams. Right now they have me at like 120. They're gonna drop me to 90, and then to 75, and then like to, then to 60, and then to 50, and then they're just gonna fucking, he's like, they're dropping me down pretty drastically, man. I think I want to say like it was a 1 week taper. That's all it was. It was a 1 week taper where they lower it a couple milligrams every time. I believe that's what they had him on. So it's not as bad as it would be, like if you just come from absolutely nothing, you know, um, and then have to break cold turkey. They do give some kind of taper, but you're gonna be sick no matter what, dude. I'm sure it's better than nothing. I'm sure it is better than nothing, now for sure. I'm sure it is better than nothing. It probably cuts like your withdrawals like in half. Just that, just them being able to do that alone, and cut your shit in half. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot better than coming in with nothing. But I've been sober for 36 hours. I remember back in the day, before I started doing dope, I used to take methadone and I used to coast off of it. And I used to take like, I want to say I took like 7 pills at a time, and I used to fucking coast off of it. Like 7 10 milligram pills would get me pretty good, but that was a couple of years prior. My tolerance had at least doubled. So, I figure, to get high, probably I would take, 150 milligrams if I was on the street. However, I've been sober 36 hours, so my tolerance is down. So that 90 milligrams should be just about right. And keep in mind, I wasn't going to get it for at least another fucking, like 12 hours. So I was going to be even more sick, So by that time, you know, I should be able to coast off of this method. I should actually, not only should I get well off of it, but according to my calculations, I should actually coast and feel good off of it. But if not, I know for sure that I'm gonna get well. I may not feel good, but I know I'm gonna get well. And honestly, just getting well, going from being that sick to getting well that quickly would feel good in its own way, but yeah, that would definitely get me well. I mean, at this time, probably like 45 milligrams of methadone would have got me well. At least for like 12 hours. So this was like double what would have gotten me well. You know. So you just got to think of it like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 45 milligrams of methadone would have got me well. So it's like double what I would need to get well. So it probably would have made me coast. I know I've been rambling on about that for a long time, but it's important for me to express how much I wanted this to go down. So what I tell to do, I do a little practice run. They give us a plastic little cup to take our meds in. You're supposed to just throw it away, but they give you one at the beginning of the day. I ended up keeping mine just so I had a little cup, you know what I mean? There's the real small cups, and then there's like a 5 ounce cup. I think I had like a 5 ounce cup. Ended up having like drink juice out of it later because I didn't have shit. But fuck it, it's better than nothing. Anyways, I what I did was this. I took a sip of water out of my cup, held it in my mouth, tried to make it seem like I was practicing him taking the medicine. I held it in my mouth and then spit it back out into a cup later. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to pretend like he was taking his dose, hold it in his mouth, and then spit it back into a cup later. Keep in mind, this guy was that shit is already disgusting as it is. And this guy was not the fucking like cleanest guy. You know what I'm saying? His fucking fist was stuck together. He was just like a raggedy looking Mexican dude. You know what I'm saying? Kind of gangster looking. Not the best looking guy. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody who you really would want to share drinks with. You know what I mean? He's an ugly ass dude, straight up. And I was gonna fucking drink his saliva filled fucking methadone. But that's how desperate I was, man. So I wanted him to fucking spit out the methadone into a cup and give it to me. And I was gonna have my dad shoot $30 onto his boobs. I was literally gonna have my dad do that. I mean, that's what I was gonna try to do. I hadn't even started discussing it with my dad left. Like I said, I had a minute and a half phone call left. So that's what I was with that minute and a half phone call that I ended up using later for something else. I was like, shit. Well, as long as I got that minute and a half phone call, I should be able to convince my dad to do pretty much like whatever. You know, as long as it was within reason, as long as it was like under a $50 request, I think he would fulfill it. You know, but nothing more than 50 or $60 would he be willing to help me out with. You know, the reason why I say 60 is because they take out a portion of the money. You know, so like if you want 30, you got to spend 35, and then you get 30. You know, they take like at least $5 off. You know, which is fucking ridiculous. Dude. My parents would drop a $20 bill in the commissary machine, and I would be left with like $16. Yeah, yeah, $16 there ain't shit. You know, but it's, you know, if you've already made store and you're making a little extra $16 store after you already made your main store, it can help out. But anyways, yeah, I had my mom do that a couple of times, drop a couple $20 bills after I'd already made stores, so I could make a little extra shit, buy some hygiene, you know, whatever, you know. But so I tried to do this with this guy, right? So the next day goes on, you know. A couple of things did happen. We'll get back to that. I'm skipping ahead the next day just to tell you what happens with this, you know. So I try to get the methadone. Doesn't work out, and the lady's like talking to him and shit, making sure that he's not swallowing it. Like I actually witness it, you know. But I was patiently waiting for that, you know, and I ended up waiting, I don't know, like 18 hours just for that, you know. Waiting 18 hours just to fucking be denied. You know, I see the lady talking to him and shit. And he's like kind of trying to do it, but when he's walking back, I go thumb up, thumb down. He goes thumb down. I'm like, fuck, dude. But I essentially just wanted him to spit it back out into the cup, dude, and I was just gonna fucking drink his saliva as methadone. Fucking gross. But he gives me a thumbs down. It's a no go, you know. And then he says that, you know, the next day they're dropping him even more, you know. I don't remember exactly what, but I know they're dropping him to at least dropping him to 80 milligrams the next day for sure. Probably like 75, you know. And, you know, but I was still interested because that would mean another day of me being sick, you know, which would mean my tolerance would go down that much more. So it would more or less be equal, you know. I would have rather got the 90 milligrams, but yeah, I'll take 75. You know, like I said, it only takes like 45 to get me well. You know, at least, you know, get me well 18 hours. It may not last a full 24 hours of me being well with that low a dose, but it'll bring me out of my sickness. And I just want to feel well. I just want to feel well and get like, you know, get some sleep because I haven't slept in like 2 nights thus far. But anyway, so I'm throwing up constantly, I'm shitting constantly, I'm pissing everybody off, dude. I'm fucking pissing everybody off. We go in and we rack up for the night, you know. You know, the next freeze comes, and I think that's when I start pissing people off is during the midday freeze from 2 to 4. I start pissing people off with the throwing up shit. Oh yeah, and then they let's see what happened, you know, and then Wedo and June were already pissed off at me because of that other shit, and so let's see. All right, so you know that. Sorry, I had to recap myself. Okay, so I got out of the. When the day room opened was 4 o'clock. Was around when I got caught. All right, so nothing really much happens that night. We rack up for the night. While we're racked up for the night this time, the guys are up all night and they're playing cards and shit, right? And I gotta fucking throw up, dude. I gotta throw up, and for some reason, they're playing cards like in front of the toilet, right? They're playing spades in front of the toilet. I don't know why. They just decided to play cards in front of the fucking toilet, dude. And while they're in front of the toilet playing cards, I gotta throw up. So I fucking run, and like I cover my mouth again, and throw up just flies everywhere. It gets all over their cards. I had to push them out of the way to throw up. Man, they are fucking furious, dude. They like literally wanted to attack me on the spot because I got throw up like all over. Like basically, I covered my mouth when I was throwing up, and it just like sprayed everywhere. So I ran to the toilet and threw up the rest of it, but it got on their cards and shit. It got on the floor, and they're just like fucking pissed. And then they hear about the other incident. They hear about me taking shit, so they're really starting to feel fucked up about it. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I forgot to mention before I wrapped up. I want to say I took a shower, and I think it was that day. Maybe in the day after, but I fucking diarrheaed all over the fucking shower, dude. Sprayed shit out of my ass. It just liquid shit. Just sprayed out of my ass all over the shower. But I just kept hitting the button and washed it down. Good thing nobody saw that shit, or I would have really got fucked up. So I throw up all over their cars and shit, man. And they're fucking pissed. And meanwhile, we're getting all our pills, we're hoarding them, and we're breaking out the powder and we're snorting them. Everybody in the pod fucking snorting pills and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's snorting pills, and I have been giving my trays away to this guy June, and he got a bunch of pills. And I was like, hey man, you can't hook me up with a couple lines, dude. I gave you my fucking tray. And he was like, dude, you better shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody here even likes you. And then Wedo out of nowhere just goes, dude, I'm getting tired of your ass, man. He's like, you're lucky I let you fucking make it, bro. But, I called that shit off 2 times, man. They wanted to bang you up. I called that shit off 2 times. But if you're gonna be complaining about shit, man, I was like, nah, man. I was like, you know what? You guys are right, dude. Thank you for calling it off, Wedo. You know what I'm saying? And he goes, yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. He didn't really mean it sarcastically. I just told him thank you for calling it off, and he respected that I thanked him. He was like, all right, man, all right. And June was like, he said, hey, Frank, chill out. Well, they started calling me sicko, but I was so fucking dope sick at this point, And this is like the second day, right? So, yeah, I'd already spent 1 day there. This is the second day. So the guys were already starting to know each other's names and shit. And, they started calling me sicko. Yeah. Because I was fucking sick as fuck, dude. I was so sick. He was like, sicko, chill out, bro. I'll give you a line, but you need to chill the fuck out. Alright? Because he got some of the good pills. Like, we all had pills, and we were stockpiling out and snorting the powder. We're snorting like Vistaril and Librium and shit. But he had some good shit. I think he had some lithium or something. And that shit made me coast a little bit, dude. It felt good. It had a nice drip to it. And we were just getting down on pills, dude. But some of the guys are shiesty with them. Like, Julian was cool. Like, one day Julian's like, dude, I'm buying a shitload of pills, bro. And I'm breaking everybody off, dude. And that's it, like B-Boy and D were shiesty with their lineas, you know what I'm saying? But Julian wasn't, I wasn't. And we came to find out that we should have told him that we were withdrawing from alcohol too, because when you tell me we're withdrawing from alcohol, they give you the good shit. We should have said both, because they'll give you the Librium and all that, and that stuff relaxes you, I think they might give you, I don't know if they give you a little bit, a low dose of Ativan or not, I'm not sure. I don't think they do. I think they give you Librium or lithium. I think it's Librium. But that can make you coast a little bit. Like if you were just to pop a couple Librium, like you would, I think you would get high, you know, or you would fall asleep or something, you know. But it does have effects, you know, when you're in jail and you have like absolutely nothing. You know, Librium is like fucking gold, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I complained because I had given June my tray and he didn't fucking return the favor with some lineas, you know, or he did, but he gave me like a small ass fucking line, dude. It was pretty small, but whatever, you know. You know, I didn't even want my tray anyways, but I just kind of held it against him just so I could like have like some, it's like the only little bit of leverage I had, dude. Oh yeah, and by the way, I told Wedo, I was like, look, Wedo, you can have my fucking trays, dude. I'm sorry for what, when he told me that he let me make it. I told him, look, dude, you can, all right, man, you can have all my trays, man. He was like, I don't want your fucking trays, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You know, he was a little bit sick too, so he could barely finish. But he could eat. But, you know, he wasn't fucking, he didn't have his full appetite. So, you know, one tray was enough. He had no interest in getting an extra tray for me. The next day, no, I don't sleep a wink. I don't sleep a fucking wink. And the next day, this new guy comes in. His name is Wicked, and he's telling us, you know, all the stories about how big he was doing it in the free world, dude. And he got caught with a fucking key of ice and like 11 ounces of street-ready heroin, and I think that's it. His bond was $150, dude. I mean, this guy was a big-time plug, dude. This guy was big time. He came in, you know, he was telling us about his bond and shit, and he was all tatted up head to toe, you know, called him Wicked. And I ended up fucking he came in after they were talking to me about all that crash dummy shit, you know. And I fucking, this dude who was stuck under me ended up leaving, and so he ended up sleeping underneath me. I don't know why he got the bottom bunk, and I don't know. I just didn't call dibs or whatever. And so I tried to climb up the bunk, and I put my foot all over his bed, dude. And he fucking like shoves my leg out of the way as I'm trying to climb up onto my bed. I tell him I apologize. I didn't mean to disrespect you. He's like, you ain't disrespecting shit, homie. You ain't disrespecting shit. I'm like, oh shit, whatever, you know. Then the next morning, you know, we stay locked in. For some reason, we're supposed to go out to the day room, but we never do. We stay locked in, and you know, what happened? We stay locked in, but then they ended up letting us out. And the guard calls my name. He calls me over to the desk. He needs to talk to me about something. And we'll get into that on the next episode, what the guard needed to talk to me about. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, please, guys. I know, you know, the like 2 or 3 friends that I have watching these videos, I appreciate y'all watching them, but please comment, like, and subscribe. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. I don't know. Plus it'll make me look a little bit better. At least I have a couple of likes, and a couple of subscribers, and a couple of comment also, please, guys. If y'all could please do that for me, it would mean a lot to me, man. Yeah, I know y'all are watching the videos, and I appreciate that, but please like, comment, and subscribe, dude. Just even if you just comment just a fucking thumbs up on the comment thing, you know, just a thumbs up emoji, just to get my algorithm going and get my channel out there. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Stay up, stay free. You know what I'm saying? Palabra.